I'm going to go over some of the comments that I got and then some of my rants that I get on. And first, I'm going to go with the rant and then address a couple of comments. The first thing is I do a lot of personal motivation, reading books and things of that nature. And this I have found for the past, 20 years or 25 years has been my mainstay is I continuously I listen to audiobooks, I read books and things, biographies on successful people, Think and Grow Rich, about every book. I have an extensive library of books that I listen to and read, and mostly read now from Audible. And these inspire me. They drive me more than any other individual. And so I guess what I would recommend, that if you're wanting to be an entrepreneur and you're wanting to do better in life, it's going to be based upon the the things that you listen to. What you feed into your mind is what you're really going to get out of your mind. And so I do a lot of that. And so this morning I decided to rearrange the lot here, and I went out and it was about 20 cars, I guess, and they were all out of alignment. They were stale. They'd been in the same spots for 3 to 4 weeks. The wholesalers that own some of them, I haven't seen in a month. So any of you wholesalers that are watching this, I would suggest that you get in here, take care of your inventory, or I will. So I don't mean to be harsh, but I've got cars that are sitting out there with dead batteries. I've got cars that are dirty. Like I said, I look at the cars every day and I never see the wholesalers. We live in a country where you can make of yourself whatever you decide to make of yourself. But nobody's going to make it for you. It's a damn shame that people get out here and they think they invest in cars or they invest in whatever, and it's absolutely just going to be an enormous payback with no effort. And that anybody that thinks that way is bullshit, thinking bullshit, got their mind full of shit. And so you're going to have to put effort into it. I don't give a damn what you are doing. Nothing comes easy. Not even, the savings account don't pay any money now. Money markets, all that. Even if you're playing stocks, you better be able to, and I don't play stocks, but buy and sell, watch the market, move with the market. It's all about movement and action, and I talk about that a lot. And so, if you're a dealer in our situation, where you are extending wholesale privileges to your wholesalers, I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen here. That if I go out here and a wholesaler has a car on this lot and the damn battery's dead on it, he's going to be notified. And if he doesn't get here and get that car started and moved within 48 hours or maybe even up to a week, or show any effort in moving the car, it's going to start being assessed a $10 a day storage. Because if you don't have your cars up and ready to sell, and you're a dealer like we are that are extending privileges of being in the car business and buying cars and selling cars, and the damn guy winds up storing cars at your car lot, charge him storage. That's what we're going to do. We're going to charge this guy storage. So it's a lot of my videos coming up, and I've been thinking about this for a while, is training those of you that are serious about getting in the business and really becoming dealers, and that's how to develop your dealer business and train people to the best. Get in, take care of your damn cars. If you don't take care of your cars, be a dealer. This is what dealers do. They take care of their cars. They move inventory around. They make sure their cars are up and sellable. If not, they're nothing but storage lots, and so you might as well be collecting storage. All the vehicles, I'm going to start checking them daily. If they don't start, I'm notifying the wholesaler. If he doesn't get here and get his car started and pull it out there ready for retail, he better get ready to pay storage on it. So that's my rant this morning as far as dealers and running a successful car lot. This is a car lot. It's not a storage facility. So with that being said, I want to move on to a couple of comments. And one of them was a reply to the state busting me video that I did I guess it's been a few years ago now, about the state busted me for selling a car without a license. And I want to tell you with clarity how that happened to me, how it happened to even my father, as I mentioned in that video. It's for displaying those cars out there in your own domain, even though it's in your front yard or even though it's in a Walmart or stuff or whatever, displaying those cars out there on a continuous business, having you a special lot or a special place in your yard that you store cars. Now, you're going to get busted if you do that more than once. And you know, these guys, these inspectors, they have homes, and they're driving the roads all the time. Now, they're not looking for one particular vehicle that's sitting in a location and inquiring much about that vehicle at all. It's when they see the same vehicle in a front yard. I'll give you, for instance, we have a neighbor here that now has decided to go into car flipping, and he's not using us. I make no bones about it, but he's continuously keeping a car or truck in his front yard. Well, he's asking for trouble because the state's coming by here. They're logically inspecting our lot, and then they're going to look over there and see that he's continuously got a car in his front yard or a truck in his front yard for sale. That's going to get him busted. And they will eventually call him out for selling several cars on his lot. Now, anyway, going down to the comment that you can put your cars in your children's name or in your uncle's name, aunts and uncle's name, that all the states have a regulation of the limit of cars that you can transact in your name. Now, I'm going to tell you this, for 40 years, I have never heard of an individual being called out for selling more than their state limit. As long as you're paying the tax on the cars, chances are they're not going to call you out now. You know, these people say, well, I've reached my state maximum. But I really wonder if they have heard from the state. So if you have heard from the state about selling your maximum cars, especially at the county court clerks or the DMV level, okay, so if you're going out there and the DMV has told you they're not going to register you any more cars because you've reached your level, I've never heard of anyone having to do that. Now, of course, like the gentleman commented, you know, one way to avoid that is put the cars in your family member's name, but you're not going to avoid paying sales tax on those cars. And if, and this is only if, and it's a far-fetched if, most of the time, if they're skipping titles, which most car flippers are doing, if they're skipping titles, more than likely they're lying about the actual sales price that they're paying the tax on. And so that can get you busted, but it's going to be at a higher level than the registration department where you're registering the cars. You can throw a flag up when you register a car, and it's, I mean, they got ACVs on these cars, so you're registering a car with a $10,000 ACV, and you're registering for $1,000. Come on, you're throwing up a flag, and they know people that are skipping titles. Let's face it, they're lying. They're not registering the car, they're skipping the car. They're liars, and so if they're liars, and don't get me wrong, I mean, it's done, and I'm not saying those are immoral people, but it's flat out and out a lie if you're skipping a title. Now, if you're lying about owning a car, which in essence is flipping a car if you don't own it registered in your name, if you're lying about not owning it, then chances are you're lying about what you paid for it. A liar doesn't really pick and choose what they lie about. So don't get me wrong, it's very common. There's very good people doing it, but even very good people won't face the fact that if they're skipping the title on a car, they're out and out lying about the owner of the car, and so they're probably out lying about the sale amount on the car. So, but as far as the state cares, really, as long as you're paying the proper amount of sales tax, I don't know of anyone that's ever been busted at the level of registering a car, because those people are not enforcers. They do their job. They title the cars, they apply for the titles, they collect the sales tax, but they're not enforcers for the state. So I would be surprised and would like to hear your comments if that's ever happened to you. With that being said, this video runs at my usual level, 10 minutes. I'm over it a little bit, so I'm going to get off this morning and welcome your comments. Please like and share this video if you have any interest or may know anyone that wants to venture out and become an entrepreneur car dealer.